Hello everyone, my name is Murali Krishna and this is your channel Acharya Physics Classes where you feel the subject very easy. So in our previous session we have discussed about applications of thermal expansion in solids. Now I am going to discuss about applications of thermal expansion in liquids, isn't it? So as we know that like solids, liquids also get expand on heating. However, expansion is more larger compared to solid for same temperature rise. And one thing you need to remember in this situation, as we know that liquids have no shape of their own, they are always contained in a vessel or container. So to understand this situation, let's take this scenario. So here, if you want to heat this liquid, if you want to heat up this liquid, you have to take it in a container or vessel, right? So along with the liquid, container also get heated and then it expands due to expansion of the container, capacity of the container increases, then so level of the liquid fall down to point B, isn't it? So after some time, so heat conducted from container to liquid, and then liquid expands, and it will rise eventually from B to C, isn't it? So now for volume expansion of the container, we can write, so VL is equals to V into 1 plus gamma L delta T. For volume expansion of the liquid, we can write, this is the solid. For volume of expansion of the liquid, we can write V into 1 plus gamma L delta T, we can write, right? So if you want to find change in volume of the liquid related to the vessel, so now, so that is a VL minus Vs is equals to, so here Vs means volume of the container, don't confuse with this. So otherwise we can take a Vc, container, C means container, right? So VL minus Vc. So now VL means V plus V into gamma L delta T minus V plus V into minus gamma C delta T, and V will get cancel out each other, and remaining term is VL minus Vc is equals to, so that is a V into gamma L minus gamma C into delta T. So where gamma L minus gamma C is operant value of the gamma, right? So that is operant value of the gamma, that is equals to gamma L minus gamma C over here, isn't it? So now this is a VL minus Vc, we can write apparent volume, change in apparent volume we can write, that is a VL minus Vc, right? And based on this situation we can say that, so when gamma L is greater than gamma C, so what will happen? So that is a operant value is greater than 0. When operant value is greater than 0, we can say it is a positive value, right? So for positive value, so we can say that is level of the liquid will rise, So for gamma L is less than gamma C, gamma L is less than gamma C. So that means, so thermal expansion of the liquid less than thermal expansion of the coefficient of thermal expansion of the container. So that is, in that case, operant value of the gamma less than 0. That means level of the liquid will fall down, right? So fall down. So in the case of when gamma coefficient of thermal expansion is same for both the cases, gamma L is equals to gamma C. So operant value of the gamma is equals to 0. We can. So there is no change in liquid, right? So there is no change in liquid on heating, right? So why? Because both are having same coefficient of thermal expansion. So that's why. So liquid level of the liquid remains constant. We can say, isn't it? So now next one is, so effect of temperature on immersed solid in liquid. Effect of temperature on immersed solid in liquid. So once again let me check a camera. Right. So now effect of temperature on immersed solid in a liquid. Right. So here the body is immersed in a liquid partially. Right. So now according to the law of flotation, so weight of the body is equals to, weight of the total body is equals to upthrust force from the liquid, isn't it? So now here I am writing that. So that is weight of the body is equals to upthrust force, right? Here total weight of the body we need to take, right? So total weight of the body, so that is our mg. So mg means m is equals to rho v, we can write. So if you want to find a total, so that is a density of the solid into volume of the solid into z is equals to upthrust force means, so that is volume of the immersed solid. Volume of the immersed solid means, so this portion we need to take. Right. So now, so density of the liquid into z. So acceleration due to gravity and the gg will get cancelled out each other in this situation. Right. So from this one we can write, so that is from this rho s by rho l is equals to vi by vs. This is what we can say fraction of immersed solid in a liquid. Right. So now, so if you want to heat this, if you want to heat up this liquid, what will happen? So after heating this, density of the solid and density of the liquid both will decreases. Density of the solid and density of the liquid decreases, and then final density of the solid and liquid will be rho s dash and rho l dash, and volume of the immersed solid is vi dash. Right. So if you want to find fraction of immersed solid in a liquid after giving the temperature, right? So now that is directly here I am writing this based on this weight is equals to upthrust. So now rho s dash by rho l dash, so that is equals to vi dash by vs, right? So now that is equals to f dash, fraction of immersed solid in a liquid after giving the temperature to the liquid, isn't it? So now, right, if you want to find relation for the fractions, so that is f dash by f is equals to f dash by f dash is equals to, we can write, so rho s dash by rho l dash. So f means we can write, so that is rho l by rho s into rho L by rho S we can. So if you want to expand this situation, so we need to know one concept, that is effect of temperature and density. Effect of temperature on density. So that is, as we know that if you want to find density, so density formula is rho is equals to mass per unit volume for three-dimensional objects, right? So if the mass is a constant, so we can write density is inversely proportional to volume, right? So density is inversely proportional to volume. So that is after giving the temperature, so rho dash by rho is equals to, we can write V by V dash, right? So here, so V by V dash means, so final volume of the body, so that is a V plus delta V, right? So now, so here delta V means we can write V gamma delta T. Delta V means V gamma delta T. So here VV will get common over here, and V and V will get cancel out each other, right? So final thing is 1 by 1 plus gamma delta T will get, right? So if you are writing for liquids, you have to take it as a gamma L. If you are writing for solids, you have to write it as a gamma S, isn't it? So let's substitute in this one, that is a rho dash by rho here. And now, so now I am able to write, this is rho S dash by rho S. This is a one thing you have to take, and another thing is rho L by rho L dash, right? So now by taking these two things, rho S dash by rho S means we can write 1 by 1 plus gamma S delta T into rho L by rho L dash means, so 1 plus gamma delta T. So this here gamma L we can, right? So this is, so now finally we can write F dash by F is equals to 1 plus gamma L delta T by 1 plus gamma S delta T, right? So based on this situation we can say that, so here fraction may increase or decrease or remains constant, right? So based on this value, F dash by F value, right? So now F dash, now gamma L is greater than gamma S, then F dash is greater than F. That means what? So what is the meaning of this? So fraction of immersed solid will be increased. Fraction of immersed solid will be increased, right? So now, so if a gamma L less than gamma S, so in that means in this situation, so that is F dash is less than F, the fraction of immersed solid of volume will decrease, isn't it? This thing you need to concentrate, right? So now if it is gamma L is equals to gamma S, gamma L is equals to gamma S, right? So in this situation it remains constant, right? It will not decrease and it will not increase, it remains constant, isn't it? And take a note, let me clean this. Right. So now, effect of temperature and apparent weight when body is fully immersed in a liquid, right? So when body is fully immersed in a liquid, according to the Archimedes say, so weight of the fluid displaced by the body is equals to, weight of the fluid displaced by the body is equals to buoyancy force or upthrust force, right? So here I am writing that, so weight of the body, weight of the fluid displaced by the body is equals to upthrust force or buoyancy force. Upthrust force or buoyancy force. So what is the meaning of this? So weight of the fluid displaced by the body means, so whenever you immerse a solid in a liquid, right? So level of the liquid will rise, right? Level of the liquid will rise like this. And weight of this portion of the liquid is equals to upthrust force, is equals to upthrust force or buoyancy force. That buoyancy force is equals to, that buoyancy force is equals to rho into rho L, density of the liquid, and volume of the immersed solid. Immersed solid means here we have to take a total solid, we have to take volume of the total solid, we have to take into Z. So from this situation we can write, so that is rho L, F is directly proportional to rho L into Vs, right? So if you change the temperature of this one, if you change the temperature of the liquid, right? So if you raise the temperature of the liquid, so what will happen? So the buoyancy force is going to be changed, right? So buoyancy force is going to be changed. Along with buoyancy force, apparent weight is also going to be changed, isn't it? So what is meant by apparent weight here, right? So apparent weight means actually weight of the body is, right? So actually weight of the body, so that is mg here. Weight of the body mg, that is R or W you can say, right? So upthrust force acting on a body by the liquid, so that is F. So here apparent weight means, apparent weight is equals to W minus F, W minus F, right? So this is what apparent weight over here, right? So according to the buoyancy force, apparent weight is also going to be changed. Whenever if you raise the temperature, volume of the solid is also going to be increase. Accordingly, so the density of the liquid, the density of the liquid and solid is going to be decrease. So now, so after giving the temperature, the buoyancy force will be F dash is directly proportional to rho L dash Vs dash, isn't it? Now F dash by F is equals to, we can write rho L by rho L dash by rho L into Vs dash by Vs, right? So from this scenario, rho L dash by rho L means, right, from here we can write, so that is equals to 1 plus 1 by 1 plus gamma, so it is for liquid, gamma L delta T into, so Vs dash, right? After giving the temperature, volume of the solid is going to be increased, right? So that is a final volume of the solid, so that is a V plus delta V, that is a Vs, delta Vs by Vs we have to write, right? So now, and here delta Vs means gamma Vs delta T, gamma Vs delta T. So here Vs will get common over here and Vs over here, and Vs will get cancel out each other, and remaining term will be, so that is 1 plus gamma S delta T by 1 plus gamma L delta T, 1 plus gamma L delta T. So now this is what F dash by F, this is what F dash by F, right? So now here I am writing that. So based on this situation we can write, so based on this situation we can write, so gamma AC is greater than gamma L, gamma AC is greater than gamma L, then F dash is greater than F, F dash is greater than F. So buoyancy force is more than initial buoyancy force, right? So now in this situation, if the buoyancy force increases, what will happen, right? So operant weight will decrease. Operant weight will decrease. So that means we can say operant weight after giving the temperature is less than initial operant weight. Initial operant weight. Right. So next topic is anomalous expansion of water. Right? Anomalous behavior of water. Right. So now take a note.